I died fighting in the name of my God, defending the innocent from evil incarnate, or so I thought. But when my time came, there was no warm embrace from divinity. Instead, I found myself trapped between worlds, floating aimlessly in an existence without purpose. That's how I met Kaelan, a wereling searching for someone like me, a protector willing to guide him through the netherworlds. He looked human enough, except for the golden eyes rimmed with dark circles and sharp teeth barely hidden beneath thin lips. He claimed to carry within himself the essence of both man and beast, cursed bloodlines passed down through generations. And he needed my help. Why would such a creature choose me, a dead mortal sinner, over any celestial power waiting around each corner? Perhaps desperation blinded even mythical creatures to better judgment. Whatever the reason, our paths collided, and we agreed to work together to find a way out of limbo and accomplish his goal. Trust wasn't exactly earned. It stemmed more from mutually assured destruction. "What do you know about Purgatory?" I asked, hoping my ignorance wouldn't mark me as unworthy. "Only what the legends say," Kaelan replied, casting a glance over his shoulder. "But trust me, we don't belong here." His voice cracked slightly, betraying the fear locked away deep inside him. For once, I felt connected to him, sharing in his unease of what lay ahead in this twisted dreamscape. From then on, we pressed forward, navigating the endless maze of suffering spirits and vengeful phantasms. Sometimes we encountered friendly souls willing to offer advice or guidance. Others, consumed by jealousy and hatred, tried to trick us into eternal torment. Despite the constant mental struggles, our destinies remained intertwined, though never quite equal. My armor didn't offer much solace now. Its divine protection had vanished upon my death, leaving me vulnerable to whatever perils awaited us next, with nothing left but sheer determination. I watched over Kaelan like a hawk on patrol for predators. We took turns, illusions, and ghastly manifestations of dead souls or shadows thrown off by the landscape itself. Glowing runes along the cobblestone path spelled out a warning not to venture off course or else suffer fates worse than being trapped forever. There will be but one chance to escape Lucifer's dominion. Do not break the cycle. Price shall be great, yet pay he must. Every soul is eventually accounted for. Painfully aware, we walked atop hair, triggered detonation wires leading to countless fail-safes surrounding heaven's sealed prison gate with almost religious fervor. We did just that. Rayed onto a diverging parallel lane with unknown potential consequences. One misstep, Kaelan predicted a whirlwind convergence of events stemming from ancient roots too intricate and complex to rationalize anywhere near our current location. Be it fate's design, or some hidden puppet master manipulating strings, tied between the spiritual realm and our corporeal world above, these strings could now snap faster than lightning should failure claim us. Yet we marched boldly forth, shedding caution and reasoning behind long ago. If anything gained meaning since arriving without solution within astral confines back before dirt greeted, eyes sunken into eternity itself sleep, relying solely on something bigger guaranteeing success, because Contemplating alternatives suffered epistemological inconsistencies at odds among variables, unable to calculate, hoping or trusting history repeated its right previous failures, won out even if maddeningly asking why characters embraced randomization, inherently exchanged hope for guaranteed victory. Against impossible odds, whether accidentally discovered by wandering who knows which circle within bounds guardians recognized, perhaps guilt made demons flee their posts, rather than face celestial justice and massy celestial justice, and massy celestial justice, and massy swallowing down treachery holds yoke. Abruptly stuck inside a bubble marooned amidst Raphael's frozen sphere, inspired more questions deserving answers about ourselves, adequately prepared for the assault beyond our last line stands firm, dominated only by time. Serious momentary consternation dressed Kaelan's features, straining to physically engage from concealing panicked whispers, here yet instinctively choosing wisdom over recklessness. Informative insight toward coordination might as well sustain life eking outward during linear increments past. Battle's stalemate. While not one looking askance dismissive behavior, nor mind games ideational persuasion underscored confrontation's tenuous dynamics, demands some form of give and take, fabricating casual conversation, yet threaded opposite directions, threw up barriers limiting effective communication. Accordingly, hesitantly introduced common ground conveying experiences provides best start anticipating misinterpretations regarding objectives, assuming everyone acts similar without warning problems, when nobody considers reactions against predictable actions, but harmony despite deceased surroundings being capable of connecting proximate forces, commenced inciting necessary conundrum, extracting shared private entities. Elaborating interests may involve unfolding mysteries, comparatively adhering to emotional intuition, I declared. There exists light at end transition, undergoing alterations which shapes believable ones ahead, sustained by tangible evidence, directly linking positive afterlife expectancy, universal travelers here. Rapid responses sketchier begun taking firm control, ensconced uniqueness, continual dialogue helping convalesce partners, following attached productive coping mechanisms, coalescing expectations, combining allowable normalcies, psychologically prisons, those not afflicted readily assume, far easier maintain. Order questioning less frequently makes seeing outside these boxes, practicing individual persistence present. Heralded strength's glory, actual survival limit, setting oneself counterproductive smoldering, imposed molds, whereas blossoming true identities, beneficial sands, shame regardless, sacrificing. Comfort including the journey, develop playfully shape, entire journeys, redefining applications, breathing deeply, thus shamelessly proudly, as we continued through the twisted landscape of the netherworld. Kaelan and I shared stories of our past life. It was strange to think that we had once been alive and had experienced the joys and pains of life. But as we delved deeper into the world of the dead, our past lives became less relevant. The only thing that mattered now was our survival. We came across all kinds of creatures and spirits in our journey. Some were helpful, while others were hostile. We learned to tread carefully, never knowing what lay ahead. We soon discovered that we were not the only ones looking for a way out of purgatory. There were others like us, lost souls searching for a way to escape the endless torment. As we pressed on, the air grew thicker and the darkness deepened. We could hear the distant screams of the damned and the howls of demons. The ground beneath our feet shook with every step we took, and we knew we were getting closer to our destination. Eventually, we came to a massive gate, guarded by a legion of demons. Kaelan warned me that we needed to be careful. These demons were not to be underestimated. We hatched a plan to distract the guards, and I would sneak past them and open the gate. As I snuck past the demons, I could feel their hot breath on my neck. But I remained focused, knowing that failure was not an option. When I reached the gate, I found that it was sealed shut, but I could see that there was a keyhole. I reached into my pocket, hoping that I had the right key. To my relief, the key fit perfectly, and I turned it with all my might. The gate creaked open, and I could hear the distant chorus of angels singing. Kaelan and I ran through the gate, and I felt a sudden surge of energy. I looked back and saw that the demons were closing in on us, but it was too late. We had made it. As we emerged on the other side, we were bathed in a warm light. I looked up and saw a figure standing before us. It was an angel, beautiful beyond measure. He looked at us with eyes that seemed to pierce through our very souls. "Welcome, children," the angel said. "You have journeyed far to reach this place, but your journey is not over yet. You have been chosen to fight in the final battle between good and evil. Are you ready?" Kaelan and I looked at each other, then back at the angel. We nodded in unison. "Very well," the angel said. "Follow me." We followed the angel through a maze of corridors, each more beautiful than the last. We eventually came to a great hall, where we saw thousands of angels and demons gathered. In the center of the hall, there was a great throne, and sitting on it was a figure dressed in black. Lucifer, the angel, said, "Your time has come to an end. The armies of heaven and hell have gathered, and the final battle is at hand. Surrender now, and your punishment will be less severe." Lucifer laughed, and the hall shook with the force of his laughter. "You fools," he said. "Do you think you can defeat me? I am eternal. I am the darkness that consumes all. You are but insects crawling on the face of the earth." The battle began, and Kaelan and I fought alongside the angels. The demons were relentless, but we held our ground. We fought with all our might, knowing that the fate of the universe depended on our success. The battle raged on for hours, but finally we emerged victorious. Lucifer lay, our journey continued. With Kaelan and I growing more connected with each passing day, we shared stories of our lives before we died, our hopes, our fears, and our regrets. We even found moments to laugh amidst the darkness, joking about the absurdity of our situation and the strange characters we encountered along the way. But as we neared the end of our journey, the mood grew increasingly somber. We knew that our time together was coming to an end, that soon we would be forced to part ways and face our individual fates. It was a bitter pill to swallow after all that we had been through together. At last, we arrived at the gates of heaven. They towered above us, majestic and imposing, a testament to the power of the divine. But as we approached, we saw that the gates were sealed shut, barred from the inside. Kaelan let out a growl of frustration, his claws extending as he slammed his fists against the gates. But it was no use. The gates remained steadfast, unmoving. We were trapped. Despair washed over us like a tidal wave. We were trapped. Despair washed over us like a tidal wave, threatening to drown us in hopelessness. We had come so far, faced so many challenges, only to be stopped at the final hurdle. It felt like a cruel joke. But then something miraculous happened. A voice spoke to us from beyond the gates, a voice that was both familiar and comforting. "Welcome, my children," the voice said. "I have been watching over you, guiding you through the trials and tribulations of this world. And now, at last, you have arrived at your destination." It was the voice of God. Kaelan and I fell to our knees, overcome with emotion. We'd been so focused on our journey that we had forgotten the true purpose of our quest. We had been searching for a way out of purgatory, but in doing so, we had lost sight of the greater goal: to be reunited with our Creator. God spoke again, his voice gentle and soothing. "Do not despair, my children. The gates of heaven are not closed to you. They are merely waiting for you to open them." With those words, the gates began to creak open, revealing a blinding light that filled us with a sense of awe and wonder. Kaelan and I rose to our feet, hand in hand, and stepped through the gates into the glorious light beyond. We were home. The rest of our story is one of joy and peace. Kaelan and I were reunited with our loved ones, who greeted us with open arms and tearful eyes. We were embraced by the love of God, who had been with us every step of the way, even when we didn't realize it. And though our journey had been fraught with danger and uncertainty, it had taught us a valuable lesson. We had learned that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope. That even when we feel lost and alone, we are never truly alone. That no matter what we may face, we can always find our way back home. In the end, I died fighting in the name of my God, defending the innocent from evil incarnate. And though my journey led me through purgatory and back, it was all worth it to be reunited with my Creator and bask in the glory of His love. For just $3 a month, you can have your name featured in my YouTube videos and descriptions. Not only will you be supporting my channel, but you'll also be immortalized in the credits of my content. If you're looking for something a bit more personalized, consider becoming a $25 a month patron. I'll voice your stories and bring them to life on my channel. Create a special drawing just for you, or even write a unique story tailored to your interests. So don't hesitate. Join my patron community today and help me keep the spooky stories coming. And remember, together we can save each other from the YouTube algorithm. Thank you for your support.